Hello, Virgo. This is going to be your June 2021 general reading. I hope you guys are well and enjoying June so far. This reading is for you if you are a Virgo rising, Sun, Moon, or Venus. As always, I have to say that this reading may or may not resonate for you because it's geared towards a collective of people rather than one person. And so if it might be one of those things where certain parts of it resonate strongly, other parts of it don't, or the whole thing resonates, or it may just not resonate at all. So in case it doesn't for you for this month, you may want to check out your other placements and your other signs in your chart. See if any of those readings resonate for you more. And if you would like to skip through this part and just go straight to the reading, there is a timestamp down below in the description box that you can click on and it will take you straight there. For this month, I'm going to be using the Everyday Enchantment Tarot. And for your clarifiers, I'm going to be using the Gaian Tarot. I may use the Enchanted Map Oracle. It depends. And we'll just see what comes out for you Virgo people for June. Mercury is retrograde right now, so just to warn you, it always affects me. My Mercury is actually in Virgo in my chart, which is a sign along with Gemini that Mercury rules anyone who has their Mercury in Gemini or Virgo oftentimes gets symptoms from Mercury retrograde that interfere with words or speech. So if I stumble on my words or I say a different word than what I intended, it's because Mercury's retrograde. I can't really do much about it. Hopefully you'll still be able to understand me. Of course, Raven has to come over. Okay, here we go. 11 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, Raven, little buddy, you're going to have to move. All right, I'm going to pause this. I'll be right back. I'm going to deal with the cat. Okay, here I am. Just have to remove the cat. Wow. All right. I think I'm going to do something a little bit different from what I normally do, and I may just pick all of the clarifiers all at once. This reading is, I don't know, it's different. It's a different reading than the other ones for June so far. It looks almost a little bit complex to me, like there's a lot going on in it, and I may want to pick them all at once. So let's see. Okay, wow, this seems like this is a reading for an activist or someone who's heavily involved in a community or in doing something meaningful. I don't know. I'm sure there are other ways to read this too. So, all right, I need to go do something really quick. I'll be right back and then I'll start. All right, here we go. Your central experience for June 2021 is the Eight of Cups. So it looks like in June you are emotionally moving on from something. You're choosing to walk away from some kind of a mess or an emotional mess, or just even slight depression, melancholy, feeling like things didn't turn out the way that you thought they were going to. I'm getting a feeling of disappointment from this, but there's also an open invitation from the universe for you to step away from it and go explore and possibly spend time outdoors or spend time in physical surroundings that are simpler than what you have been surrounding yourself with. Maybe things have gotten too complicated or too messy, or you've been doing something too much, and now it's time for you to take some kind of a break and to walk away from the mess. Temporarily, permanently, it's up to you, in order to seek a different experience. With this, you have the Four of Water upside down, which is the Four of Cups. Let me show you the image upright so you know what this is. This is a woman at a well, looking into the well. And you also have, excuse me, I knew that was coming. I think I sucked in air when I was drinking my tea this morning. I feel like I had that awful feeling like you have to burp, but it just doesn't come. Sorry, you guys. You have the Empress or the Gardener with these two. And so what I'm seeing, and the Empress, of course, is a major arcana card. These are minor arcana cards, so it seems as though ultimately June is about the Empress for you. Or you're choosing to be the Empress now, or you're deciding to emotionally walk away from a disappointing situation or a possibly depressing situation, and instead focus on fruitfulness, creativity, possibly doing something completely different from what you were doing before, or something about your external situation. You're choosing to leave something, and you're choosing to go towards creativity or go towards a better vibration. So what I'm seeing here is that perhaps you have either had too much time to yourself or by yourself, thinking and feeling through things, or possibly going back over memories from the past on something, trying to figure something out. Maybe it's been a free-floating kind of anxiety or light depression or melancholy that you haven't really been able to figure out where it's coming from or what's causing it. You may have tried to look within to kind of try to figure it out or identify what it was, but it seems as though it was eluding you. Instead of trying to sift through those things very much longer, it may just be time for action now, where instead of being in your own emotions or thoughts, to distract yourself with beauty or creativity around you to kind of pull you out of that feeling. It may just simply be that you are overwhelmed by some things you have to do, or things you're doing where you need a little bit more help than what you've been getting, or you have finally released this feeling of trying to figure something out, or released the emotions involved, and now you are ready to create. If this, for someone, this might be you have been processing feelings about yourself as a parent, if you're a parent, or your own mother, something to do with how you were raised, or your own mother, or you as a mother, if you're a mother. There's been some complicated emotions with this, but ultimately I see creativity, growth, prosperity, and joy coming in for June, especially if you distract yourself rather than sitting in it, or if you walk away rather than sitting in it. You can, I mean, that mess will still be there when she comes back. It's not like that mess is going anywhere. So why not leave it for a bit and really just focus on what makes you feel happy or creative, or giving birth to a new situation in your life that has nothing to do with this feeling anymore. It could be that you're just processing something, you know, and it seems like you're at the last stages of this, where you are ready to let it go now, and you're ready to do something else, or to cultivate joy, creativity. And possibly someone here may have realized that you are pregnant, and perhaps this is bringing up some emotions for you on how you see mothers, or being a parent, or it's making you think of your own mother or something. Or you wish you could become a mother and you've been having issues with trying to get pregnant, possibly for someone. But let's go on. Your challenge this month is the Three of Cups. It may be that you need to reach out and spend more time with people that you enjoy the company of, that feel very comforting and understanding, and to possibly talk about this with someone. Maybe this could be a counseling or a counselor, or this could be a support group. This could be just simply distracting yourself with fun things, spending time with fun people that make you laugh and smile, having good conversations that awaken your mind to new possibilities or a new way of understanding something. The Elder of Air is otherwise known as the King of Swords in most tarot decks. So this is the King of Swords here. I like this version of it. It looks like you're hashing something out with friends, formulating ideas, possibly coming up with strategies or plans together. This could be something that inspires you and possibly a group of people. Maybe you have been struggling emotionally because possibly you've been struggling with money, or you've been feeling as though you want to have a career or create prosperity in your life based off of something that feels meaningful, like you're doing something good in the world. And it may be that you just became discouraged by having to do the menial things all the time, or do the same tasks over and over, or it just was meaningless work that didn't really seem to bring you a sense of satisfaction or joy in what you were doing at all. And you've realized it's time to walk away from that and seek a different experience. It may be that you and a couple of other people that you know have formulated some kind of a business idea, or something that the three of you or number of you can brainstorm on how to provide something possibly for a community. This is an Aquarius court card. Aquarius rules community and groups of friends and community pursuits. And I'm going to give you a sneak preview, which is that you have two major arcana stars in here, which is also an Aquarius card. This could be an Aquarius that you know, possibly, that can give you some good ideas or run ideas with you, or an idea that you have where you would like to put more of your energy into, because up here it feels as though you've had a lack of support, or you didn't have enough support, or you felt completely alone in your process. Maybe now that you are coming out of that period, you are wanting to provide that for other people that are going through the same thing, or want to do something about it in the community or for others, or it's inspired you to do more in the community or to be part of something. So something how would this be a challenge? Maybe you have ideas, or you have a group of people that are willing on doing this with you. Maybe it's just a challenge where you need to figure out how to actually do it, or how to pull in the funds, or get the grants, or how to actually go about it strategy-wise. Or you're having a hard time in June making some kind of a decision on something. It could be, I'm not getting problems among friends though. I suppose that could be one way of seeing this, is like a challenge is friendship, or a challenge is a friendship, or this could be disagreements among people, or feeling as though you haven't found your friends yet, or your community yet. Maybe you're longing for community and you feel as though there isn't one. But with the Empress up above, I feel as though you can, if it doesn't already exist, you can create it. And other people would be more than happy to join or to be a part of it. It could be some kind of a grassroots type of movement, or grassroots small beginnings of something that could become something much larger later on. So this is interesting. What is helping you? Or how is the best way to organize people, that where there doesn't have to be a hierarchy, or where everyone is mutually having some kind of a say in the matter, or has mutual respect among people, where there are not underlings, or it's not a monarchy, it's a collective. So maybe you're just trying to figure out how is the best way to arrange things where it can still function, but also where it's a different kind of a system, or a different kind of way of doing something, where there's less of an emphasis on hierarchy. Maybe you're trying to figure out a solution to something on how is the best way to cultivate true communication among people, or even come to an agreement, or come to a decision. Maybe everyone's kind of on a same page with something, but they have slightly different viewpoints, or slightly different ideas on how things should be done, but it looks like it can be figured out. What is helping you is possibly some kind of a windfall that comes very suddenly into your life. And that windfall doesn't necessarily have to be money, although it could be. It could be anything. If you need funding for something, or you need a breakthrough idea, or you wish to do something for the community to provide for other people, it seems as though some kind of energy is moving very quickly with it, or the funding is coming in very quickly, or things are moving with this. You see progress with it, or things are speeding up. You maybe have struggled with some fears on whether it's financially possible, or whether or not you have what you need to do it. But it seems as though people have brainstormed and come up with other methods, or other ways of doing this, where it looks like something is happening very quickly here. But it does feel like things got really crunched for a minute there, where you weren't really sure how things were going to go, or whether things would survive, or whether you would be able to get this thing together, or to do it. But it seems like something is happening here, where you would be able to get what you need in order to provide something. For others, for yourself, for the community. Don't become too reckless, though. Once you receive this, or once things start speeding up, try to pace yourself instead of feeling the high of it. I don't know how else to describe this. Try to stay as grounded as you possibly can. Let me see if I can pick one more to go with that. me more about the 5 of Coins and the 8 of Fire. Field of Dreams. Your dreams are quickly being able to be manifested in the 3D, and it may take you totally by surprise, but it feels as though you have been hoping for this, or you have been brainstorming. You have been brainstorming possibly with a group of people on how something could be improved, or how something could be provided, or creating something that could bring in money, prosperity for everyone, and also provide a much needed service to others. Or this could even just be a collective of people or a group of people waiting for something to hatch, or they have been sitting on it for quite some time now. These are little fairies hatching eggs, and some of them are filing their nails, trying to keep themselves busy until those eggs hatch. Those eggs are dreams. And it looks to me as though you're brainstorming here with others. You've formulated some kind of a group, or you have some kind of a mutual dream that you all have, and as what is helping you, it looks as though things are hatching very quickly all of a sudden. And so it does require you to kind of be on your toes. Now is the time to really get things done, now that things are speeding in. But also to receive enough help where you're not, where you still can ground yourself. So, in your instincts, or at the root of the reading, there is the Queen of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, this could very well, I mean, you do have some relationship things in here, or family situations in here. It seems like you're an active part of the community, or you are wanting to reach out to the community more, possibly because you spent way too much time alone in the past, or with your own thoughts, or your own feelings, or your own stuck situation, and you finally just decided to heck with it and walked away and decided to do something about it, possibly with a group of people or other people involved in this, where it can grow much quicker because there are more people involved. Concerning your emotional happiness, it looks as though you are feeling amazing. You're feeling really good. You're feeling really blessed. You feel loved. You feel appreciated. You feel listened to. You feel understood. You have kindred spirits and soulmates all around you in forms of family members, community members, friends, a relationship you're in, partner. You just look like you had a rapid turnabout with something, where now you just feel completely blessed and happy and emotionally comfortable. You see things growing in a good way. You see things advancing. And again, this could be fortunate news about becoming a mother, or someone you know that you are very close to is having a baby, or there's some kind of new joy or a new experience coming into your life that feels amazing, and it gives you something to look forward to. This Queen of Cups can also be another person, in which case you feel extremely fortunate to have this person in your life. This is a Cancer card. This could be a water sign, or a Cancer, or if you yourself have placements in water, this could be an aspect of yourself. But it seems as though you're drawing in really sensitive, wonderful people that are highly intelligent and nurturing into your life. You see others wanting to nurture things, whether it's the environment, children, the community, people's needs in the community. Maybe this is formulating a soup kitchen, or a way to get people food, or if you have had somehow experiences in the past where you didn't have enough for long periods of time, or you had to struggle so hard just to make ends meet or to have what you needed, it seems as though you're being very proactive and you're wanting to, now that you have the free time possibly, or now that you are able to do this, maybe before you had to deal with all of those things and it kept you from being able to be creative. Now you are totally able to be creative. And there's also, I'm getting an emphasis on really strong, wonderful women. This could be women friends, women around you in the community, something about very strong, amazing women. Could be a women's support group or a support group for single mothers or single parents, or wanting to feed the community somehow with food or housing or something. Or just you're thinking about these things more. You're inspired to do something, even if it's a small little thing. It doesn't have to be as big or as grand as all that. It could even simply be doing volunteer work or helping to organize something, or wanting to be there more for others, wanting to be that guide, wanting to be that helper, wanting to be that encouraging voice for others. And with no hierarchy involved here. Not that you are better than them or they are less than you or you are less than anyone else. This is mutual respect here. It looks amazing. Maybe you're just feeling better because you see things are changing for the better and cycles are turning. Maybe an old cycle is coming to a close, and so now you just feel so much better because it's almost done. If this is a Cancer or a water sign in your life, it looks like a really good person for you, whether this is a lover, a partner, someone you're interested in, or even just a dear friend. It's a really good influence or a really good force to have in your life. In the past, recent past, you have major arcana, the star, which is hope, inspiration, faith, that something good will come, even in total disasters. The star always follows the tower. First is the tower where there's chaos, there's destruction, there's something ending, there's something falling apart. And in those tower moments, we can sometimes feel like we're not sure if we're going to make it or if there's going to be any help to come. And the star is a force that comes in and brings hope to a situation and hope that there is still good. This is an Aquarius major arcana card, which rules community. It rules hope, friends, wishes, and humanitarianism. It's the most humanitarian sign besides possibly Sagittarius. And it seems as though you want to be this person. You want to be this person because you have been this person, whether it's natural disasters, some kind of water crisis, environment, wanting to do something about the destruction of our environment or our resources, or the destruction of people's lives where they thought that they had something they could count on, and then it all crumbles in an instant and they're left with nothing. This could be wanting to go into some kind of relief, like a organization where you help to bring relief to something. This woman in Star card is that person that goes out and scrubs the crude oil off of seals so that they don't die. Or it's the person that shows up to clean up the beach. Or it's the person to show up with food, blankets, and pillows for people whose houses just burned up and they have nothing. You have been inspired by this because you have been this person who needed help, and you also are very inspired to be this person in the world. Even if it's not as grand as all that, it could be as simple as walking around the neighborhood or walking around the city or walking around your town, and you notice the people that are having a hard time, and to give an encouraging word or to direct them to things that can help them, or to smile at them, or to show someone care, to give people a reason to hope. So this is where you have been recently. You want to be that hope in the world, or you want to do something now. or you feel hope very strongly now. You've chosen to focus on what can be done, what can be solved, how can things be adjusted, or what can you focus on to bring more beauty and hope into your life, for yourself, and also for the world. It looks to me as though perhaps for someone watching, you're coming out of a period of depression where you're starting to feel a lot better, and because of this you want to reach out to other people that are struggling with depression, whatever the cause might be. Depression does not have to be some kind of illness that you have your entire life. Depression can be something that is caused because your house just burned down, or your partner left you and took all of your money and now you're left with no money and the kids, or there are very good reasons on why people get depressed. It's not always a free-floating illness thing. Everyone has moments where they get depressed in their life. It could be from grief, could be from the loss of something. So your best possible outcome is very interesting. You have the Five of Blades, otherwise known as the Five of Swords. This is the resident a-hole of the tarot. Very controlling, very narcissistic, cruel with words, not a team player, someone who is too angry or too negative. And then in this mix, you have the Child of Fire, who's this innocent, bright light, and a beautiful, creative, small soul. So I don't know if your best possible outcome is to protect the child from harm, or to protect the child from a possibly abusive environment, or you want to cultivate this wonder, this inspiration, this creativity, this flexibility into your life, where this is the life you want to have now. This is who you want to be. This is how you want to feel. This is who you want to surround yourself with. Instead of this energy, maybe before you were caught up in some kind of a job or a relationship or a situation where you are surrounded by harsh energy all the time, or possibly you absorbed this from around you and you started to notice that you were becoming toxic or too angry or too negative or too... It's like emotions are catchy. Anger is catchy. Happiness is catchy. Sneezes are catchy. Yawns are catchy. Things are more catchy between people than perhaps some people realize, and that goes for moods too. If you are constantly at a job where someone's a jerk to you all day long, you're definitely not leaving work at the end of the day feeling great. You're feeling annoyed, you're feeling angry, you're feeling frustrated, and that could inadvertently get spent on someone else, and so it moves on. It's like a virus, You have chosen that you don't want to have anything to do with this anymore, and this is what you want now, and this is your best possible outcome here. And it could also be that you want to protect this energy from this. And your best possible outcome is you will be able to do that, or you will be able to protect innocence, or you will be able to enjoy the beautiful things in life instead of having to put up with this or be this or watch other people be treated like this and not say anything. I feel like you need to say something here, or you feel intent on doing something about it or saying something about it next. And not being silent about something. Or if children are somehow in some kind of a very difficult home situation where they don't get enough encouragement or enough stability, or there's a lot of fighting around them or some kind of strife, it looks like you want to be a person who can provide a sense of sanctuary, or just something to distract them or to do with them that's creative, to also educate them about the beauty that is in the world and the fun and the creativity that is in the world. And this is also this is your inner child. and your inner child has been beaten up. Your inner child has not been getting enough nurturing. And so this is your best possible outcome, is you can focus on making your inner child happy, or doing the things that make your inner child happy. So, and this, I mean, this could even be something like having to stick up for your child. Maybe there's a bad teacher or a bad person who somehow says something about your child that's extremely disrespectful, or is somehow admonishing your child too much, or being too strict on them, or being too harsh on them, and it looks like you're laying down the law on how you will not have your child be treated. And this can go for your inner child as well. So in the future, you have the Ace of Coins and the Two of Earth. So this is the Ace of Pentacles, this is the Two of Pentacles, and they're together. So what I see is that you enjoy what you do, or you put a lot of care and effort into what you do. You may have a new job. You may have two jobs. You may have two spheres of your life that you are constantly juggling or balancing. Maybe it's relationships with work. Maybe it's two jobs or multiple jobs. Maybe it is home life and work, or you know, how much time do you spend working? How much time do you spend with loved ones or with family? If you are a parent, how much time do you spend with your kids? How much time do you get to spend making money or doing your craft, whatever it is that you're talented with? This could be a new job where eventually you can make enough money from this to be able to handle the other spheres of your life and have more time with them, rather than feeling spread out, or spread too thin, or it's just a lot. But it seems to me like this is a labor of love, and you fully enjoy it, or you love it, and you see a lot of potential in it to be able to grow in a good way. Let me pick a little bit more on it. You may have started a new job taking care of babies or children, and they're a handful in a good way. Or you're making more money now, or you've started some kind of a new job that has the potential of bringing in a lot of money in the future, which would ease things up for you, where you're not juggling as much or have so much on your plate. Golden Palace. You are fully working on your dreams. You are amazing, because it seems like you are calmly, positively working in multiple directions, or multiple spheres or areas, or multiple jobs, but you managed to pull it off, and still you have high hopes, or you have dreams of what you would like to create or manifest in the future. And so you seem very diligently focused on doing things step by step, and doing as much as you can now. Just don't burn yourself out. Don't take on so much that you end up being exhausted. But it looks like things are growing and moving, and you feel very motivated to create the life that you want. Or you you value what you're doing very much. You care very much about what you're doing. Something about what you do, you feel good about it, like you're doing something meaningful, or you're doing something that matters. And if you are in, well, yeah. If some of you are in a family situation, like you have a spouse, you have a partner, and you have kids, it can be that you are really, the two of you in your partnership have the same goal in mind of what you want to manifest. And one of you is willing to work a lot while the other one watches the kids. or you're switching off with doing this where one works, the other one watches the kids, and you switch. But it looks like you guys are really working together really well. And because you have the same goal in mind, because you have the same values, this is not a super stressful thing between the two of you. It seems to be flowing good. And it may even be that you decide to spend more time with your kids and your partner is the one who has gotten a new job, or maybe one parent had to stay home with the kids because childcare or was just not an option. And it might be that now things are getting better to the point where that parent is actually able to return to work or start a new job, or maybe the children have gotten old enough at this point where they can go to preschool. And so now they have this extra time to really get back to their talents or how their own money or their own way of making money, which is great. Feels like people are working together here. And you right now have Judgment and the Sun. So yes, you have had some kind of a major change in your lifestyle or in how you were feeling, how you were thinking. You've decided to go towards magic. You've decided to do something about something, to get up, to go after what you truly want or what would make you happy. If you were caught up in some kind of a funk before, where you were dealing with emotions that were very difficult and complex, and you kind of felt stuck in that state, it looks as though now you feel the call. Now you feel the call to get up and go towards your creativity or your happiness and to just do something about it, or to not stay in that place. Maybe it was something about where you were, like the physical situation you were in, or who you were surrounding yourself with, or what kind of energies you were surrounding yourself with, or even trying to process things, emotional things left over from situations that weren't healthy in the past. But whatever it is, you have left it behind now, and you are going towards your dreams, or feeling empowered, feeling like you can do something about something, or you can do what you want, or feel the way that you want to feel. And in your surroundings, this is odd. The Hangman upside down with the Seven of Blades, otherwise known as the Seven of Swords. And this is kind of cheesy, but I don't know why he's smiling. This is a man who has, I guess, stolen a bunch of stuff out of their house. The window's broken. He might have snuck in, grabbed the computer, the jewelry, everything, and taken off with it. And these people are left in a state of shock at what they just saw happen. I don't know why he's smiling or even looking at them, but it might be things were put on hold because you were afraid of someone stealing your idea or stealing what you have done, your work. Maybe you were worried someone was going to steal your work or take credit for something that you have done. And because of that, things were on hold on their progress because you needed to make sure you were dealing with the right energies. Or maybe you've been somehow, I don't know, maybe someone watching, maybe your house was broken into, or your apartment was broken into, or something of yours has been stolen. Or this could even be people trying to steal your energy, your emotion, your time. Maybe you are coming out of a period where you've realized you've been associating with the wrong people, or you thought certain people were friends and it turns out they were false friends. Or they were manipulative, or someone's been lying. The Hangman upside down. Are you overly fearful that something, I don't know. Are you overly fearful about your neighborhood? Or you see things going on in your neighborhood that didn't used to happen and now are happening, and making you concerned, or things have changed in your locality or in the culture, in your environment, where now you're noticing elements that weren't that prevalent before. And I want to look more into this Hanged Man upside down. The Magician. Maybe nothing was being done about it. Maybe people were getting away with something. But it looks like there's change happening now, and there's a chance for new growth or new action. Maybe this is a neighborhood watch. Maybe this is locals getting involved and pooling up together to create a safer environment. Maybe for some reason this was allowed to continue, or there's been vandalism in your neighborhood, and it's concerning, but nothing seems to really be done about it. But now it seems like people are organizing, or something's being done, or you're taking matters into your own hands. Maybe you decide to get a security camera, or you decide to get proactive or to be vocal about it in the community. I don't know, but it looks good to me. It looks like you're doing something about it. You are doing something about it. Your hope or your fear. And here's another King of Blades. You had him earlier as part of your challenge. Maybe you're afraid of an Aquarius, or you're afraid of a unpredictable energy. But I don't know about that, though. Where is he? Maybe he's underneath the computer. Oh, here he is. Two Kings of Swords. One is your hope or your fear, and the other one is part of a clarifier for what is your challenge this month. And maybe you're afraid of some kind of a decision, or you're afraid that if you take something on and you try to have something be done about something or provide evidence. This is obviously a court case, and they are presenting evidence to the judge on some kind of a crime or something. This is wanting to have a decent outcome or a decent solution or a decision made about something that has been not right. And a community working together in order to ensure that justice is served, or that right is brought to a wrong situation, or that something is done about something. Maybe your hope, maybe your fear is that nothing is going to be done, or that no matter how hard you fight, you won't really be able to succeed with what you're trying to do. And use this as a metaphor for the type of emotional energy I'm picking up on here. Or it could be that your hope is you will be able to provide the right evidence, or be able to do something where something can actually be done about something. And that, or that you are making the right decision by putting yourself out there like that. I'm getting a fear of that people are going to continue to get away with something that they've been getting away with. But your hope is that justice can be brought to a situation, or something can be done about something. And here it is again. It looks as though you are very concerned, or not concerned, but you are willing to do the work to change something externally. Even if it's small little things that you do, or joining a collective or a group of people where your voices are stronger together than if you were trying to do this on your own. So this is very Aquarian here. Major Arcana Star, which you had earlier as your recent realization or recent thing that you have experienced. There's 2 stars here. The Star is probably the most spiritual card in the deck. You care very much about what is happening in the world, or what is happening in your community, or what is happening to people around you. You have also become aware of all this because you have experienced it yourself. And rather than feeling hopeless, rather than feeling defeated, rather than just distracting yourself or forgetting about it, it seems as though you are willing to speak up, or you're willing to take a proactive role in your environment to improve situations for people, the environment, animals, nature, resources, water, basic human needs, basic human rights. You may be going into activism if you're not already an activist, or you may want to protest, or you may want to organize something in order to stand up to bullies, or stand up to unfair situations, or to simply provide to people what they actually need. And you seem like you are very humanitarian these days, or you have a lot of hope. You're choosing to have a lot of hope about people, that there are lots of good people out there, and that positive change is definitely possible, if not already happening. Positive change, people working together, feeling as though, boosting each other up to feel as though you can actually do something about it. And it's not futile. And there is hope and positivity here. You see positive change. One way you look at it, you could see total chaos and something that is very scary. Where is it? Very scary energy. It's not right. And it could be easy to become depressed, to feel fruitless, to feel as though you are, why bother? They're just going to defeat you. But it seems as though you refuse that attitude, and you are in a completely different mind state now that is more about what can actually be done. And it doesn't have to be as large as something like creating a nonprofit, or getting involved with some kind of political thing, or it could be little small simple acts, little small simple things that make such a huge difference. To let others know that there are other people who care. To help people to not feel so alienated or alone. It's pretty amazing. You may have a huge wish granted, possibly. Let me pick one last little message and then I'll let you go. Spirit of place. Maybe you want to protect the environment. Maybe you see something happening around you that isn't right. Or you want to preserve something that is beautiful. Okay, take care, you guys. Hopefully that resonated or made sense for someone or helped someone. Alrighty, see you soon. Bye.